Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm happy to see you today for another video. And for today's video, we're gonna stay on the weather topic. Last week we talked about the winter ingredients because it's cold. As we said last week, if you're in Canada right now, it is freezing. So we did the food chapter last week, and for today's video, we're gonna stay on that topic a bit. And I'm going to talk about la météo et le climat. La météo, the weather, le climat, the climate. So, la météo et le climat. Introduction. First, maybe it's good to start with a little definition. Qu'est-ce que c'est la météo? Qu'est-ce que le climat? What is what we call the weather and what is the climate? La météo, ce qu'il fait aujourd'hui. What does that mean? It's the weather today. So what is the weather but today? La météo. Le climat, ce qu'il fait en moyenne sur longtemps. So it's not just a one-time thing. When we talk about the climate, it is something that has to be happening for years and that's going to characterize a country or a specific territory over the years. La météo, le climat. Careful. You see that when I'm saying it, of course, we always need to use the pronoun the weather, the climate. La météo, it's feminine. I'm using la météo. The climate is masculine. I'm going to be saying le climat. Donc, la météo, le climat. First of all, let's start with the weather, la météo. Donc, définition. Once again, la météo, c'est ce qui se passe dans le ciel chaque jour. What does that mean? It is what's happening dans le ciel, in the sky, every day. So it's a day-to-day thing, the weather. Of course, we have different words. The first one, soleil. Soleil, sun. You know, same as usual, we always need to use our pronoun. So if I want to say the sun, masculine, le soleil. Pronunciation, E-I-L, makes the sound A. Le soleil, the sun. Then, if I want to say the snow, feminine, la neige. Donc, le soleil, la neige. The cloud, masculine, le nuage. You see here that the G letter plus the E makes the sound je. La neige, le nuage. Okay. Then, l'orage. L'orage, same thing. You see that it's the specific the, but because l'orage starts with a vowel, I'm not going to say le orage, but I'm going to say l'orage. So I'm skipping my E from le to be able to link my word and be like kind of smooth. L'orage. Okay? Then we have la tornade. La tornade, similar as in English, but it's feminine. Tornado, la tornade. Then we have la pluie. La pluie, the rain. So l'orage is the thunder and la pluie is the rain. Feminine, la pluie. Then to say the rainbow, we're going to be saying l'arc-en-ciel. L'arc is the arc in the sky. L'arc-en-ciel. Same as usual, it's masculine, but because arc starts with a vowel, I'm going to be saying l'arc-en-ciel. I'm skipping my E from le to be able to link it. L'arc-en-ciel. Then the wind, le vent. Le vent, finishing with a T, it's not an R. I'm not going to pronounce my T. Le vent, masculine, the wind. And then we have the lightning, which is l'éclair. L'éclair. It's masculine, it's le éclair, but because I don't want to have two vowels, le, finishing with the E, éclair, starting with one, I'm just going to make everything smooth and put my L apostrophe. L'éclair, the lightning. So we have le soleil, la neige, le nuage, l'orage, la tornade, la pluie, l'arc-en-ciel. I try to make everything smooth, so I'm going to read everything at once. L'arc-en-ciel, le vent, don't pronounce my T, l'éclair. Okay, these are the main things that we characterize the weather, la météo. Now, if you want to make a phrase to characterize the weather, we're going to be saying il fait. Fait is the verb faire in French, which means to do. So it's like we're saying it does plus the adverb that's going to characterize the weather. If I want to say hot, I'm going to say chaud. Chaud means hot. Chaud, finishing with a D, it's not a R, I don't pronounce. Chaud. To say fresh, frais. Same, don't pronounce the S. Frais. To say cold, froid. Same as chaud, finishing with a D, I don't pronounce. Froid. Night, nuit. Don't pronounce the D. To say day, jour. Finishing with the R, I pronounce. Jour. And then to say nice, you have E-A-U, we makes the sound O. So nice is beau. So if I want to say il fait, it is hot. So it's literally it is hot, but we're going to be saying il fait chaud. Il fait frais. Il fait froid. Il fait nuit, it is nighttime. Il fait jour, daytime. Il fait beau, it is nice outside. This is the way that we use the phrases to characterize our weather using those words. Donc, chaud, frais, froid, nuit, jour. Then, another expression. If you want to say, for example, you look at the sky and you're like, oh, look, like it's cloudy, there's some cloud, there's some sun, everything. You're going to be saying il y a. Il y a means there is or there are. It is the same word, whether it is singular or plural. You're going to keep il y a, and then you're just going to adjust your noun with the pronoun that goes together. So, for example, if I want to say it's cloudy, which means there's some clouds in the sky, cloud is nuage. You see that here I'm using the pronoun de. De is the general plural pronoun. That means that we can try to transfer that into some in English. So if I want to say, for example, there are some clouds in the sky, there are il y a, I'm using my pronoun de, the plural pronoun, and my noun nuage. So there are some clouds, il y a des nuages. For sun is masculine. It is singular. So clouds, you see that here, there's an S, plural. There's not just one cloud in the sky, there's a couple, so it's going to be plural. Sun, just one sun. So because it's singular and masculine, the sum is going to be du. So if I want to say there's some sun, il y a du soleil. Il y a une tornade. Il y a un arc-en-ciel. Arc-en-ciel, I follow. Il y a de l'orage. Il y a du vent. Il y a du brouillard. Brouillard is when you cannot see anything, that it's going to be foggy. Il y a une tempête, a storm. Why sometimes do we have some, such as du, de, l'apostrophe, de l'orage, or des, and sometimes we have une tornade, un arc-en-ciel. When it's countable, such as tornado, it's one big thing, arc-en-ciel is one big thing, you're going to swing a. So, a tornado, a rainbow. Donc, une tornade, un arc-en-ciel. Tornado, féminine, une tornade. Arc-en-ciel, rainbow, masculine, un arc-en-ciel. But keep in mind that you're always going to keep il y a to say there is or there are. Donc, des nuages, du soleil, une tornade, un arc-en-ciel, de l'orage, du vent, du brouillard. Careful with this one. Brouillard. When you say it, you tend to pronounce the I super slightly. Brouillard. You don't say brouillis, you say brouille. Brouillard. And you don't pronounce the D. Et une tempête, a storm. Now, if we want to use a verb, you're going to be saying il. Il, if you follow the other classes, you know that il is the pronoun to say he. For example, if you want to say he hits or he is hitting, il mange. But il, we also use it to say it. So when we describe something, we're going to say il. Plus le verbe. If you want to say it's raining, you're going to be saying il pleut. You know that the rain is pluie, but if I'm using the verb, I'm going to be saying il pleut. Oh non, il pleut. Oh no, it's raining. It's hailing, il grêle. And it's snowing, il neige. Donc, il pleut, il grêle, il neige. And if I want to keep that same phrase, but putting that negative, you know the negative, we did that a couple of weeks ago. If you're not sure about it, go check this out. But if you want to say, for example, it's not snowing today, how surprising it's not snowing in Canada. I'm going to be saying, il ne neige pas. You know that the negative is ne pas, and I have to put those back and forth between and after my verb. My verb is neige, to snow. Il ne neige pas. It's not snowing. Okay, this is pretty good. If you have any question for that, for the vocabulary, don't hesitate to ask your questions on the comment or on our social media. This is all for the weather, la météo. Now, let's focus about the climate, le climat. Le climat, c'est la moyenne du temps qu'il fait sur plusieurs années dans une région. So it's an average. And depending on the different years, if, for example, in a specific area, it is super sunny, super hot, super cold, super snowy, depending on how long those weathers happen, we're going to describe and characterize those as a specific climate. I'm sure you know that. So we have a couple. Le climat tropical, similar as in English. Chaud et humide toute l'année avec une saison des pluies. So it's hot and humid with a lot of rain season. Le climat tropical. Then we have le climat désertique. Desertic, you know that. Similar as in English, related to desert. Très sec, so very dry. Avec peu de pluie, with like few rain, like very small rain. Chaud le jour, froid la nuit. Hot during the day, cold during the night. Le climat tempéré. Tempéré, 4 saisons bien marquées. So you have the 4 seasons really defined. So when it's winter time, it's cold. When it's summertime, it's hot. Le climat froid. Froid, cold climate. Hiver long et froid, so long winter. Été court et frais, short summer, and during the summer it's still fresh. Climat froid. Le climat polaire, polar. Très froid toute l'année, super cold all year long. Pas de mois chaud. No. Oh, terrible. Pas de mois chaud, no heat at all. Peu de précipitations, no rain. Climat montagnard, montagnard related to the mountain, la montagne. Température fraîche, so fresh temperatures. À froide selon l'altitude, so depending on the height, it's going to be, of course, more cold. Et avec de la neige, with some snow. Donc, climat tropical, désertique, tempéré, froid, polaire, montagnard. If you had to choose one, tell me which one would be your favorite. The one that, either like the one that you currently live in, or if you had to switch climate, go to a different country, which one would it be? For me, I would say tempéré is good because I like to have the 4 seasons, but I like when it's hot, so definitely not froid or polaire. Okay, le climat. Here you have a map just to see a little bit with all of those climate where they're placed on Earth. So you have, for example, en Amérique du Nord, North America, you say that it's mostly oceanic, tempéré or cold. Then you have, for example, l'Afrique. Afrique, it's pretty hot. So you have a little map of everything, so you're going to be able to locate those climate in the world. Okay, le climat. Now that you're professional about the weather and the climate, you have a little exercise to do. You have some letters with some phrases, and you have to try to match the meaning of it with the right image. So let's just read that one more time together with the vocabulary just to make sure everything is good. And if you have any issue with it, you just go download the link and go back on the previous slides. Il fait nuit. Il fait chaud, il y a du soleil, il y a de l'orage, il y a des nuages, Il fait froid, il pleut, il y a du vent, il fait jour, il neige. Try to match it with all of those little emojis, little drawings here. And yeah, that's all for today's video. If you have any question, as I said, don't hesitate. I hope you liked it, and I'm waiting for you next week for another class. Salut!